I continue with the investigation and conservation treatment of this beautiful glass cinerary urn. I started thinking about, you know, the dismantling process, because I will actually dismantle this object and dismantle the old restoration and put it together again for it to be more stable and sound. So our glass urn came to the museum around the 19th century, 1883 actually. I found a similar object with this registration number. It's not this object, it's a similar one, it's a glass object again. And I looked to see whether there's any treatment details. And they say that that object also had old restoration, and it was removed with acetone, and the whole object was reconstructed with cellulose nitrate, which is a common adhesive used in conservation. It was used since the 1960s, but today we're using like a proper conservation-friendly and tested version of it. So I thought maybe this object, I mean our urn here, was also reconstructed with cellulose nitrate. As you can see here, there is some evidence of the, like physical evidence of the old adhesive around this kind of old joint. And I think that it's possibly some remnants of the old cellulose nitrate adhesive. So what I will do today, I will take a little bit of it, a little sample, test it, for example, with acetone. If it is cellulose nitrate, then acetone should be able to soften the adhesive, and hopefully then I can take my conservation treatment further and start the dismantling process. It's not soft at the moment, it's quite hard and kind of brittle, so I'm trying to scrape it with a scalpel and then just placing it in this small glass plate. So I'm just dropping a few drops of acetone to see if acetone actually going to soften this adhesive. And if it does, it should be pretty quick. I will just cover the glass plate so that the acetone doesn't evaporate immediately and has longer time to actually work with the sample with the adhesive. So after about 15 minutes, acetone has evaporated, and I looked at the old adhesive samples on the glass plate, and I saw that the adhesive samples were softened but also collapsed into smaller fragments. This indicated to me that this particular adhesive, old adhesive, was actually acetone soluble. And considering the old conservation record on a similar type of object, so my verdict is, I think this acetone soluble old adhesive is actually cellulose nitrate. My next step will be preparing a kind of sealed environment and placing the object, jar of acetone in it, to actually start the softening process and the dismantling.